Hello and welcome back to my channel, you beautiful people of YouTube. So today I'm bringing you the review of the Qian69 earbud. I'm gonna pronounce it as Qian because I don't know what the correct pronunciation is. Anyway, so this is the earbud that I'm going to review right now. And like all I gotta untangle the cord, and this is what it looks like. Now, welcome to this review. How have you guys been? Moving forward, now this product right here, the QIAN69, is one of those products that are underrated in the audiophile community, and it deserves to be compared to the likes of EMX S500, the Monks Plus, um, Will Sound Mark II, Mark III, Panda, Zen, Asura, all of those earbuds that are the popular ones in the underground community of the high-end earbuds. Now, even though this is a high-end earbud, the earbud community in general is not something that is mainstream. It is really popular in Southeast Asia, but in the US they are not really that popular because the in-ear monitor style of headphones, the most popular would be the Samsung Galaxy S8 AKG earbuds maybe right now. So these are not very popular right now because the in-ear style of the headphones, the in-ear monitors, they offer better isolation, so they can do better sound just because of the isolation factor. Now they are not something that will completely seal your ear canal, so they are more like an open back set of headphones. However, that quality is also something that a lot of people desire, because a lot of people do not like the feeling of something jammed into their ear canals, and they like the overall more open sound of the earbud style of headphones, the in-ear monitors, whatever you want to call it. I will call this the earbud, and the ones that have an eye nodule that goes into your ear canal, I would call them in ear, just to make it simple. Both of those terms are interchangeable. Now the gold standard really is EMX S500, which I also have and I will review at some point in the future. But I think the main competitor to these are the Monk Plus. They are about the same price, which is about $15. And those are just more popular because of, I think, a couple videos that came out on them early. And I'm not saying that they do not deserve their place as a good earbud. They definitely sound good, and they are something that are just more popular. But like all other things, actually sometimes the Darkhorse, the underdog is actually better. Like most recent example, Khabib Nurmagomedov. If I butchered it, forgive me. He beat Conor McGregor, and Conor McGregor is the star of the MMA, but Khabib was actually better performer. So just like that, this could be a better performer. So going on with my standard structure of the review, starting with the build. Now, one bad thing about these is that they are built exactly like the cheap Apple EarPod style of headphones. They are built with just the cheapest cable that they could find in China, and the cable that tangles so easily that you would be spending half of your day just trying to untangle it out of your pocket. One good thing about them Uh, Before I get to the good thing, another bad thing about this earbud is that the plug is not very sturdy either, and I think I'm halfway there to breaking mine. It doesn't look like it would last you a long time. And another bad thing about the build, no mic. They do not offer a microphone on this earbud, and that is really disappointing because for me personally, I use earbuds with a microphone because I use them for calls, I use them for gaming, and just because they are the most convenient style of headphones around out of everything, and it is not except the Bluetooth options. Every wired headphone you could think of, the earbud style is the most convenient, and that is why I want a mic on it, but they do not offer it. I should take a point or two just for that. Moving on. One good thing that I was talking about the build is that they supply a shirt clip, which is quite a sturdy shirt clip right here, and which is really useful when you're running because you can just clip it to your shirt just like this right here, the mic I got, and it will keep the earbud secure, and if you happen to do a violent movement while exercising or something, you will not lose them or you all break them. Now moving on to the sound of these. By the way, this little part, this velcro thing, they do not supply it. I put it on it. This is my own. Just pointing that out. Now going forward with it, excuse me. The sound of these, starting with the bass. The bass quality, the quantity of the bass is actually not that great. It doesn't have a lot of bass. It is a bass light headphone, just like HD600, just like Philips Ship 9500S. However, the quality of bass is quite good. It heats pretty good. Meant to say it hits pretty low. Impact is there, but it's just not enough. I would say that it's below enough. But the way it is tuned, you don't really use these headphones, these earbuds for bass heavy music. I would not recommend it anywhere. So if you're buying this, you're not buying it for EDM or trap or hip hop, stuff like that. I don't think that you could say that the bass is a negative point on it. I would not say that it is negative, but I gotta be honest, there's not enough bass for my liking. I think Vito has enough bass, but then again, sometimes Vito ends up muddying the mid range, so it is a trade-off that you happen to be doing when you buy the QIAN69 earbud. You could, one thing I would like to mention is that you could use the foams to supplement some of that, though I like them without the foam. And when you use the foams, I would recommend that you use the donut foams. If you use the full size foams, they end up pulling the highs back a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. And some people might actually like that, but I didn't. I think the best option is to just use the donut foams. And moving on, talking about I'm sorry, I live right next to a motorcycle club, I know. Moving on, talking about mid-range, and let's talk about vocals. Talking about male vocals first. The male vocals are centered and they hit with authority and they got that rumble that people look for in male vocals. Absolute sensory experience when you play something like Sam Smith or Bill Withers or Michael Bublé. Any great vocalist that you will play on this earbud will give you an absolute cloud nine experience. Female vocals are the same way, and sometimes female vocalists they play with the dynamic range a lot. And when you play a track, let's say Adele, and you play a track from Adele, Hello, where they like to hit the high pitch, there's a progression, a style of singing where you build, and then you hit the high pitch. And when that happens, these headphones handle it wonderfully. I have heard $400 headphones that haven't done that so well. One thing I would say that in the highest notes, like at the top of the female vocals range, they lack a little bit of presence, maybe about 10 or 15%. And I guess they were doing it to not make the headphones sibilant or something. But yes, they do lack the presence a little bit, but still it is a great experience if you listen to female vocals on this earbud. Moving on, instruments in the mid-range are separated well, and the mid-range the instruments are a little bit emphasized, but they never feel fatiguing. They are present, they have body, they are well separated, but they never feel fatiguing. I think it does that better than Monks, in my opinion, because Monks had a little bit of mismatch going on sometimes. The airiness that Monks had tended to place instruments not so well separated. I'm not saying they were not well separated, but there was some misplacings going on. Not that it was a big issue, but the QIAN69, they do not have that. Talking about the highs, now while the mid-range is pretty balanced, the highs are a tad bit bright, and I do not want to use the word bright. I would say that they have a little bit more energy to them. They do not have any wail like 650 or anything. They are there, and they are not fatiguing, but they do have an extra bit of energy, which I do not really mind because it is a signature at the end of the day. It's not something out of the ordinary or out of the character of the earbud. It plays well with the whole sound profile. If you wanna hear bright highs, grab a pair of DT990 and then go and listen to QIAN69, and you will know what I'm talking about. You will know what a bright high looks like. Moving on, soundstage. Now this ties soundstage and imaging on this earbud actually ties into the gaming, and I'm very happy to tell you guys that this is actually one of the best earbuds, and not just earbuds, actually earphones, headphones. This is one of the best I have tested besides HD 800, especially for, and I think only for, first person shooting games and competitive online multiplayers of those games. Because first of all, the soundstage is not super wide, but it is a great soundstage. This is not a narrow earbud by any stretch of the imagination, and imaging is great. This earbud actually images very well. And the first time I put them on and I started playing some Destiny 2, I was, oh my god, holy shit, holy smokes. I could hear bullets going across the map. And because it has that extra bit of energy in the treble, the bullet sound is really clear, and the bass is below average, so the explosion don't bother you so much, and the footsteps are really clear. Positional accuracy is very good, directional accuracy is very good, but at the end, no microphone, which is kind of a downer because they are actually really great to just plug it into the PS4 controller and go. So you will have to use an extra microphone, but still it is worth it in my opinion. Price $13 I paid for the white version. Sound signature, I think I would overall say that they are slightly bright sounding headphones because of the sound profile, where treble is a little elevated and bass is below average. Now, that was my technical review. Let's close this and talk to you guys about how I feel about the QIAN69 earbud. Besides being one of the best headphones I have ever tested for gaming, you're playing Fortnite, you're playing PUBG, you're playing Destiny, Call of Duty, any of the shooting game, first person. This is absolutely one of the best headphones. To get an improvement over this, you will have to buy something 500 and up range, something that sits in 500 and up range to actually get any slight improvement. And if you really want to improve in gaming alone on these earbuds, then you will have to spend around $1,000 and might as well just get the HD 800S. I couldn't believe it. I do not know any gaming audiophile, and I do know a gamer, and I'm gonna give them to him today and get his opinion. But I'm pretty sure I know what he's gonna say. Now, besides being one of the best gaming headphones I have ever tested, this is actually one of those earbuds that are very pleasing to listen to certain kind of music, vocal heavy music, jazz, blues, anything that is not so modern and bass heavy, bass based. You will have an absolutely phenomenal, lovely time using the QIAN69. Should you buy it? Absolutely, I approve it 100%. Even if you got mouse. Now, I know this because I know my viewers, some of those people are gonna ask me this. Is it the best earbud ever? Nope. Because I think, in my opinion, Zen from Venture Electronics is still the best earbud I have ever heard. But this gets pretty close in its own way. It might actually be better than Zen at vocals. I don't know. I will have to directly compare them. So it is not the best earbud ever made. I think overall there are better earbuds out there. Zen is number one in my opinion. Number two would be the EMX S500. I have not heard Wilson Mark II or Mark III, and I have not heard Panda. But it for sure it is sitting somewhere in third, fourth, or fifth. It cannot be sixth. It is in top 5, 100%. So if you are playing games and you like music, actually it kind of qualifies itself to the same podium where Techstar 82 is sitting right now, because that is a headphone that is very good at gaming as well. Techstar has better bass than this for sure. But if I was giving some award, then some award to a headphone, if Techstar 82 was in there, this would be in there too. That is the ultimate compliment I can give to these earbuds. And it's a shame that they do not have a mic, but still get my recommendation. Buy these off AliExpress, try them on, and if you do not like them, give them to your 9-year-old cousin that spends all day playing Fortnite or PUBG. And on that note, I'm ending this review. Before I go, if you have made this far, I would like to ask you guys to please subscribe to my channel if you are new, because that would really help me out, keep me motivated, and keep me going. I don't listen to motivation songs, motivational movies, any of this shit. I look at the number. If it's growing, that makes me more motivated than anything else to make these videos for you. Talk to your relatives, talk to your family, tell them to subscribe to my channel. And you guys have a great weekend, and I love ya.